Hey y'all, it's me, your gal Sal, and I have another and different video for you. It is one that has been highly requested on several different social media platforms. And this is going to be how I edit my videos, or come edit with me. I'm not a professional by any means, but I like what I do, and I think what I do is pretty good. So, and people seem to be interested and want to know, how does GalSal edit her gaming videos? And today that's what I'm going to show you. We're going to edit a Subnautica video that hasn't been released yet, so you luckies get a sneak peek at what is going on behind the scenes. So let's go. Hey y'all, it's me, your gal Sal, and we're back. All right, so we're going back to the beginning because I had started editing this video, and I always like to go back and just check out the first minute or two of the video itself, just to make sure things are ebbing and flowing the way they should be, and things are kind of linear and progressing in a way that captures interest, is cohesive, and isn't all over the place like some of my videos tend to be. So let's give this a quick listen. That I've heard several people talk about, and I believe somebody commented on one of my videos about it, about the proposed Degassi habitat. This is the episode about the new Degassi habitat. Far below data download, and I don't remember having one. So I have the beacon set. It's hard for me to talk over myself, but what you're going to see me do now is, after I've given this a listen, I'm going to go and probably adjust a few things here. Yeah, and I always try to make sure that in the beginning of every Let's Play video, I try to explain what I'm doing so that people have an idea of where the episode is going to go, and it kind of gets their interest piqued, because then they have an idea of what is going to happen. I mean, nobody knows everything about what's going to happen in a video, but yeah, I went through this, and sometimes there are parts in a video that I don't think are relevant or are necessary or add any kind of value to the content itself. So I'll rewatch it a couple times like I did here. And then you're going to see me go back and probably razor that out of there. Yeah, I got the razor tool in Adobe Premiere. That's probably my most favorite tool to use. And I'm just going to get rid of that clip. Ripple delete it. And then we're going to go with the audio transitions and the video transitions. My favorite transition to use is constant power between two different audio sources, so that it's a smooth transition from one scene to another. And I also use cross dissolve, because when I'm editing my videos, cross dissolve to me kind of represents a passage of time. And so that's what I like to have as a visual when I'm going from one to another, especially if I have to clip out a certain portion in between the two different scenes. Yeah, and I didn't, I say yeah, but, okay, all right, whatever, a lot. So I try to eliminate those if I can. I'm going to go through and clip that out, and then reattach all these different transitions in here for audio and visual. And one thing I like to do always, always, always is go back and check the transition to make sure that it's nice and smooth. Okay, you'll see here that I'm going to be cutting out a little bit more of... Oh no, I'm not cutting it out. I'm actually doing one of my favorite things to do, which is a pop-out, a face cam pop-out. So I'll select a clip or an audio of me, and because the audio and video are synced, it'll make it pop out in time with whatever I'm saying, and it gives it a little bit of a enunciation of the moment, if you will. And I'm going through here and selecting this clip and putting a little bit of my own personal, this is my own personal spin. And for those of you who have watched my videos for a while, you'll notice that I use a lot of dark blue edits and the intercom echo effect when I am yelling in a game or when something shocks or surprises me. And this is the moment that I'm going to be putting that in there. It gives it sort of a, I don't know, a little bit of a comedic anger moment. Yeah. Oh, I need food. For some reason, I always forget to fill up on the necessities before I go out on a mission. All of the actual swimming around and me collecting the fish, that kind of thing isn't relevant. It doesn't need to be seen. It's a space taker. It takes up space within the content itself. Right, so you'll see what I'm doing is I'm going through the footage and finding the starting point to when things kind of pick up again. And I'll razor that and then delete that particular section. And I think perhaps we've found it. Why is that? Because, I mean, I need them. So why would I always forget about See it? I'm ribbing myself here. Because I know there was another one. What I'll do is I'll watch this for, you know, a minute or two, just because I have to find that sweet, sweet spot where the clip can start, so that it makes for a smooth transition. We're weeding out all the irrelevant stuff, all the safe space taker stuff, but we're keeping in the important things so that viewers know what is happening. And sometimes it takes a few minutes of watching it back and forth to try to find the perfect spot, because I don't just want to cut and stitch and cut and stitch and cut and stitch and put in transition after transition, because not only is that boring, but it doesn't add anything to the content. It doesn't make it interesting. And it can be really disruptive to a viewer if things are constantly shifting and changing. So I try to make it as smooth as possible. Because I know there was another. And then we'll go to the. You'll see here, I'm trying to find that. I think somebody said it was in the deep Grand Reef, but I have no idea how to get there. So there we go. And you'll see all that footage of me collecting, I say us, but it's me, of me collecting the fish for food and water and stuff. And I'm just going to ripple delete that back and add in another, probably cross dissolve for video. Yeah, there's the constant power for audio. And then cross dissolve. And again, cross dissolve and constant power are my favorite when I'm switching and portraying a passage of time from one thing to another. See, and it makes the scene smoother. We know that I was starting to collect food, and we ended with me actually getting everything fabricated. All this stuff cooked up. There, and we're going to put in another, probably face cam pop out. It's going to be the blue preset, and I try to pair these together. The blue presets usually go with an intercom echo effect for the vocals. And the black and white presets are usually with a radio voice to signify like inner thoughts or something like that when I'm not addressing anybody specifically. And the blue, let's get all this stuff cooked up, is to like shock or something that I want to call attention to. My goodness. All right, and again, we're just going to take out me eating and then probably transition to actually heading to the mushroom cave. I think 2 bottles of water and 3 fish is good. Yeah, we're going to cut it right there. Deleting all of this, clipping it back, putting in, again, the constant power. And now that was a close transition. Typically, again, I don't like to have them this close together, but there was just a lot of things that were taking up valuable space within the video itself. We can get on our way. Because when it comes to these Subnautica videos, I notice that my audience tends to like the longer videos, but I do try to keep them under 50 minutes if I can, because I don't want them to go on forever and ever and ever. And sometimes recording these videos, depending upon interruptions, you know, from like outside things or something happening within the game that takes a while, it can take an hour to 2 hours. Any of the other really big creatures? Okay, when it's something like that, I like to do something that sort of enunciates the fish ramming into the sea moth. So I went ahead and pulled an audio file that I used a sound effect, and I'm going to place it in the in the bin so that we can use it and it will have an effect on the video. Bam! Yeah, it just hits right into the sea moth, and it's such a great moment to add a little bit of editing, a little more in-depth editing rather than just clipping and making a picture bigger. So you'll see me add in a sound effect here. My OBS didn't pick up the recording, but you're going to see me place it within the project itself. It's just, this is probably one of my most favorite sound effects to use. I've used it before when like fish have been flying past me in game, but it's one of my most favorite sounds. It's the Patrick, in case you don't recognize that, it's the Patrick yell. But I have to fix the audio to make it sound like it's, you know, coming from a distance and getting louder, and also from the outside. So what you're going to see me do here is go into the audio editing and use the sound effects button, and then I'm going to change it to outside because we're inside a sea moth. There we go. And it makes it more realistic. It gives a little bit more depth to the audio itself. But I also have to make it fit within this clip because I don't want the scream to continue on after the fish has already hit the sea moth. But you'll see that I'm going to shrink this audio file so that it stops right before there. And I'm going to move the cursor to right before the fish hits so that, I mean, it wouldn't make sense for the fish to hit the windshield and still keep screaming. So then I'm also going to put a little bit of a keyframe in this clip as well, because I want it to get continuously louder. So you're going to see me go to editing, and then I'm going to click on that audio file and make sure the cursor is over that file, and I'm going to put in keyframes for the volume. It isn't, I mean, this took me a long time to learn. And again, anything you see in here, please understand, I am not a professional. This is not a tutorial. This is just how I edit my videos and how you can watch what I do a little bit behind the scenes. I am not fully versed in any Adobe program. I am all self-taught, watching tutorials, reading self-help things, self-help. I need to read self-help, reading how-to guides and things like that. I know that there are probably better and more efficient ways, and eventually one of these days I will be able to learn them on a formal basis. But right now, I'm doing what I can with what I have. There, see, and I like that a lot better, but I think I accidentally deleted the outside effect. So I have to go ahead and add that back on. And now we'll get a good sound. Yes, there we go. I love it. It adds so much value, and I love it. And I also hate when fish just ram right into the sea moth. There we go. But now I'm going to go back and check it because I don't want it to just come out of nowhere. I want it to be smooth. And you'll notice I say that a lot. I want this to be smooth so that it seems natural that the fish should be screaming as it's coming toward the sea moth to hit the windshield. So I'll probably play this back several times just to give it a good view and a good listen. Worried about running into all these damn fish. Yes, and that is something that I'm going to absolutely put probably a face cam pop out on. Gotta find my effects library. Go into my presets and probably grab I'm going to grab the chipmunk preset. This is one of my favorite ones to use. This signifies me being angry. And people who have watched my Portal series, I used this one a lot. And this is one of my favorites, and you'll see why. And sometimes my computer slows down a little bit, and I'll make sure that I save, which I just did, so that Adobe doesn't crash and kill all my work. I am worried about running into all these damn fish. Yes, I love it. It's so great. Ooh, deep in the bulb zone. This is always fun in this part because there's all the bad guys and you never know what's going to happen. But this is how I edit my videos. I watch as I'm editing because I want to make sure that I'm not missing anything pertinent and that I'm not keeping anything that's redundant within the content itself. I'm just putting that off just in case. I have no idea what's around here. I haven't seen a warper yet, but I know that they're around here. A video that I recorded, or any Let's Play video I record that is like an hour or an hour and a half of gameplay, if I can turn it into a less than 50-minute finished video, that will take anywhere from 4 to 6 hours to edit because I'm very meticulous and it's very time consuming, making sure that every clip is, perfectly placed. All the edits, all the sound effects are added in there for added effect. And that we're not missing any critical information that a viewer may wonder, well, this just happened. What the heck happened to that? Or you said this at the beginning of the video, but then this happened. So what's going on? Okay, I'm going to be putting in text here. And when I put in text, I try to make it super eye-catching. And I found this font that matches the font that is used for Subnautica. So that is the font that I use in every Subnautica playthrough when I'm putting text in the edited version. And I think it's going to have to go with whatever is being said there, big glowy balls or something. Big old glowy balls. You're going to see big old glowy balls as I put it in with the text tool here. It's funny. Big old glowy balls. I mean, it's a funny phrase for one. It's funny for somebody to hear and see. And it's great when it's a funny line and you also get like the audio of hearing the line, but the visual of seeing the words. And, you know, it helps to capture the attention of the viewer so that they're brought back into the game if they have this playing in the background or something like that. But what's really hard about separating vocals like this is you have to go frame by frame and you have to really make sure that your vocals are truly lined up with your video, because sometimes my mic and video will be out of sync and I have to work extra hard to make sure that they are in sync so that at moments like this, when I'm putting in words, typing in words for each word I speak, everything matches up. Otherwise it doesn't look good, it looks ridiculous, and it makes me think that maybe I didn't put that much thought into it. And I don't ever want anybody to think that. Now, again, there may be a better process to go about this, but this is how I know how to do it. So there's big ol', I just have to figure out where each word ends and where it begins. Whoops, made a mistake there. I let go of the Alt key too early, and it deleted the copy I was trying to make. So we're typing in glowy balls. And I laugh even now to myself thinking about that because it's hilarious. Yeah, and then balls will be the last word that has to go in there. And I don't know why it's a funny word. Maybe we're all perpetually 12 years old, but it's a funny word. And then I'll shift everything around to make it kind of, yeah, to make it a little bit more eye-catching. And we'll see how that looks. Oh, hell, is that? That's great. I love that. Oh, hell. Yes. Is that a crab squid? It is. All right, save it out. Got all the hard work in there. Frickin' balls. And there's another one. Frickin' balls is something I say. So if you are familiar with any of my content, there are probably 3 phrases that I hear or say, excuse me, that I say a lot. They are holy crap balls, amaze balls, and frickin' balls. They all 3 have different meanings, but they all 3 have the word balls in them. I don't know what it is about that. I don't know why. Please don't come for me. It's just funny. So you're going to see me pop this out, give myself, what are we doing here? Oh, we're going to do the red screen again. Yes, I love that. The chipmunk voice. This is going to sound hilarious. Just wait. Wait till you hear it. All right, we're going to clip out frickin' balls, and I think we're going to put a face cam pop out. We're going to do the blue one. So this is going to be the intercom echo. So this is going to be like the really loud, what the hell kind of a vibe. Moving it. Going to make it a full face cam here. And normally I have a preset for that. Whoops, accidentally grabbed the video game footage and moved it. So we are going to undo that. And then we're just going to make this bigger so that my face fills the whole frame. Frickin' balls. Oh, I love it. You love it. I love it. We love it. And that's why you're here. So listen, I know that this isn't professional. I know that this is kind of all over the place and me just talking and explaining how I do stuff. But this is how I edit. This is what I do. And I love it more than anything. Okay, and then I said a bad word here. So you're going to get to watch how I edit out bad words. Because I'm trying really hard to be that YouTube-friendly channel so that when I get monetized, I can, you know, not offend and piss off the people at YouTube. So for some reason, OBS didn't pick up me grabbing the stuff out of my stock photos. I have stock photos and then stock audio that I use, and I have a sensor bar. And you're going to see me place that over my mouth. And I'm going to put the play cursor over that. grab the properties, shrink it down a little bit, and scooch it up to my mouth. And then I'm going to go with a razor tool and cut out the portion of my voices, because I have more than one apparently. Whoops, accidentally cut them both out. We have to unlink those first, gal. Unlink them. There we go. And then delete that audio, and we're going to put in the sensor bar audio and shrink that down to fit inside that window, and this is what it's going to sound like. There. Okay, so that's how I edit my Let's Plays. I try to edit in a way that will kind of fit the vibe of whatever is going on in the game. So if it's like a silly episode, then it will be more comedic stuff. If it's more serious, then I'll try to hold back on a lot of editing, just so that people can feel immersed in what is going on and feel the emotions of the gameplay and all that. And yeah, I hope you all enjoyed it. I hope that it's what you wanted. Again, I know that I'm not like the best and I'm not a professional. I don't know how everything works in Adobe Premiere, but it is my favorite program. And I hope that this helped you figure out, if you want to do Let's Plays, how to maybe go about it. But anyway, if you like what you saw, leave a comment, leave a like, share the video, subscribe if you want, so you know what's going on. And thank you all so much for watching. I hope that you have a great rest of your day, night, morning, whatever it is, wherever you are. And always remember, you are important and you matter. And until next time, y'all,